Hello everyone, hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to continue on with some Dawntrail. Last time we cleaned up the Aether Currents in, what was the place called again? We're in Urkopacha, or we're gonna go to Urkopacha. We're in, I can't remember what this place is called. Where are we? Gozoma-uka, that's right. And we ended up going, and then in the previous one before that, we ended up dealing with a somewhat contrived plot line where Woklama got kidnapped, and I've already voiced my dissent with that portion of the story. So I will move on. Anyway, like I said, we're going to head over to Urkopacha and continue on the second portion of that. We finished up we did the northern half, and now we've got to deal with the southern half. And then I think we're gonna try and go meet the giants or whatever. I don't think they're actually in Urkopacha though. So we're gonna need to get through Urkopacha and then actually head up the mountains. Or is there Urkopacha where the mountains are? Anyway, we'll see. Let's go and talk to everyone here, and then we'll talk to Wooklamont and get started. The Wooklamont I once knew would have been inconsolable at the loss of a keystone. I think we talked to them last time, but I'll talk to them again. This journey, and your companionship, is doing her a word of good. Well, isn't that kind of the point of this journey, as we learned? Where, I gotta come up with a goofy nickname for their father, the current Dawn Servant. Because, I called Fortunal Daddy, and I don't think that's really an appropriate name for what's his name? I can't remember his actual name. It's like Cuckoo Gaga, or no, not Gaga. Jugal, or I don't remember what his name is. Anyway, let's keep going. Koana is the picture of composure and rationality, except when it comes to matters concerning Wooklamant's safety. Far be it from me to fault a brother for being protective, but still. Though they share a single body, it's obvious Bakul Jaja has two minds when you see one head calming the other head down. And we already established that, Alize, you're a bit behind the curve. His personalities are as distinct as two individuals could be. We'll need to take that keystone back from Bakul Jaja before we arrive at the City of Gold. He will not relinquish it without a fight, though. Don't worry, I can take care of that. Anyway, Wooklamont, let's keep going. Okay, it's level 93, so I might need to try and get a tiny bit of XP before we actually turn this in. But hopefully I can figure that out before we get far enough. History's Keepers. Wooklamont has her sights set on Yokhoi's village. Wooklamont has her sights set on the Yokhoi village. The roads beckoned, friends. Let's be on our way to Yokhoi. Then it's back to where the path through the mountain begins. Okay. Then it's back to where the path through the mountains begins. You remember the spot where you were tricked and into walking off with Walkessa? He's just gonna rub it in my face like that, eh? Yep, yes he is. I wonder if he's raising my hackles on purpose, though. You know, trying to keep my anger directed at him instead of myself. Either way, we can't be standing around here all day. We have a lot of lost time to make up for. Alright then, I'm gonna go probably teleport to the Moblin village. Oh, okay, it's through there. I don't know why. Shouldn't that be above the... Oh, no, I guess it should be behind it, shouldn't it? Anyway, I'm going to teleport over to the Moblin village, and then we'll run on over there. Could have sworn I unlocked all... Oh, no, I didn't. I unlocked flying with the Aether Current cleanup, but I never actually went around and finished getting the, unlocking everything on the map. I'll do that eventually. The thing I mentioned in there that I was going to go around and try and do all the gathering log, but then I haven't done that yet. So yeah, let me go ahead and just kill some random mobs and see if I can get enough experience. That gave 3,000, and I need too much. Okay, let me No, I think that's gonna be too much. I think I'm probably just gonna end up having to put some more experience onto warrior instead, but whatever. Alright guys, where'd Arnville go? I almost called him Arnvald again. I did that in a previous episode, but his name is Arnville. Thralljaw will not have been wasting time while we were busy tussling with Buckled Jaja. We need to hurry. Okay, I need to get these names right in my head. I think I figured it out last time. Thralljaw is the first promise, and Buckled Jaja is the two-head. And I can remember that because Jaja is the naming convention for the two-headed version. And then just red one jaw is for the single-headed ones, I believe. Arnville said this path will take us all the way to Urkopaja Highlands, didn't he? I'm sure he did, but I don't remember. Those bandits must have been watching us from the moment we stepped off the riverboat. I knew I felt eyes on us. Alize, please. I couldn't leave without letting Ready Rock know what happened, so I stopped in Earthenshire to say a few words before moving on. And now Arnville's nowhere to be seen. Couldn't he wait a few moments? So much for giving him the benefit of the doubt. Come on, let's catch up. I want to give that smug cleaner a piece of my mind. I'm sure you do, Wilclamont. I worried Wilclamont would agonize over the loss of her keystone. Yeah, you said that before, Cryo. Oh, I guess that was optional dialogue. But it seems I had nothing to be concerned about. Onwards and upwards, then. Alright, let's head on in. Actually, are there any in progress fates? You know, I'm just not gonna worry about it. Like I said, if I don't get to level 93 by the time we get, oh yeah, I'm gonna get a little bit of experience for unlocking some, yeah, I get 54,000 XP just for walking in here, so I might get enough experience just from the exploration stuff. And no more flying. We have to be quite high up now, which makes me wonder how much higher the summit to Workor Zamor is. I don't know, let's try looking up. Yeah, that's pretty high. I've never climbed so high before. I'll tell Arnville off once I catch my breath. Yeah, Wilclamont, sure. Seems those buildings up ahead are the village we're heading for. The Yokhoi have a deep connection to the legend of the Golden City. This visit will allow us to ask them about it directly. As I'm sure you've noticed, the air grows thin at this elevation. Take it slow until your body adjusts. Deep breaths. Drink plenty of water. A few more steps and we'll be near Wolar's Echo. That's a little more than a few steps, but I mean, I'm just gonna mount up, so no problem for me. Bloodsucker. There we go, I knew that one. That's how this would go. I'll go and grab the alpaca keep and the aether thingy. Aether right, so that I don't forget it. Because I have forgotten it before. And then I'm like, oh, I can't teleport back. Alright, let's do some more talking. I knew the path led here, but I've never set foot in this village myself. Everything here is giant-sized, but the structure in the back is on a different scale altogether. A temple of some kind, mayhap? What's he talking about? Oh, that thing over there, okay. Hilly air, stout stone construction. If I squint a bit, I might think I was in Ishgard for a moment. No, not really. Thank the gods, they have an aetherite. I don't fancy the idea of trudging up the mountain trail a second time. I thought it was canon that normal NPCs couldn't use aetherites. No, I think I'm I think only Thancred is I think Thancred's the only one that can't because he can't channel ether. Anyway. Phew! I think I'm getting used to the air up here. So this is the place for the lay of proof, where Papa met the Yokoi. I still don't know why they keep calling them giants. Like, yes, they're big, but they're like 7-8 feet tall big. Have you ever seen the NBA? And that must be them. I don't think I've ever actually seen one outside of a picture. So it is for most Turali. The giants rarely visit the lowlands. Here, in their mountain fastness, they tend to the solemn duty they pledge to undertake in their pact with the Dawn Servant. Watch over the Troll Vidral Valley Garmonda and maintain its prison within their temple. Prison? Ah, yes. Booklamont told us about the Troll Vidral, creatures that live for far longer than normal and awaken to strange powers. Indeed. Yet even among those anomalies, Valley Garmonda is unrivaled in strength. It has endured for centuries, bringing catastrophe each time it emerges from its lair. As you learned in the Lay of Ice, it was Gulul Jaja who at last managed to imprison the beast, and it has lain dormant in the temple ever since. It's said the building still bears a gaping hole in its ceiling from when Valley Garmonda was lured inside by Gulul Jaja's final ploy. Well, it looks like there's a hole been patched up, unless those are cobwebs. I'd like to see the strongest of all Tural Vidral. I wonder what it's like to fight it. Booklamont, do you really think you're strong enough to take this thing on? Warlord's Echo was where both the Lay of Proof and Lay of Ice took place. Does that mean there's 2 keystones here? This not suggest we'll be facing 2 feats at this time? Yeah, that's what I just said. That's a question we can ask the Elector once we find him, unless there's gonna be 2 Electors. Or maybe we should flush out Buckle Jaja first so I can beat my keystone out of him. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna be doing that anytime soon, Book of Lamont. Identify the Dawn Servant's Elector should be our priority. Let's find that thieving cheat. No, we should find the Elector. Because in the grand scheme of things, none of this actually matters. The keystones don't actually matter, and we know that. I suppose we do still have 4 keystones to earn, and no matter what we do, the contest will pit us against him sooner or later. Alright, let's seek out the Elector. Then I suggest we pay a visit to Kari or Zar the Gracious, or so their temple is called. The Moblins told me that the High Luminary Gerfurler, that's how it's spelled, is to be found there. If we are to ask someone for information, then he seems a wise choice. Oh, looks like we're heading over to the temple. Let's see if we can find our Elector over there. I get the feeling, actually, the only place that we've had issues actually finding the Elector was the alpaca place with the Pelu Pelu. So maybe they'll just show us who we need to talk to. That'd be nice. Is it taboo to request entrance to the temple, you think? I don't know. Ask Aaronville, he'd probably know better than us. The temple guards have been watching us most intently. One does not stroll freely into Valley Garmonda's prison, it seems. Understandable. While this is certainly an impressive building, it doesn't seem the sort of structure one would build to hold a troll vidral. We'll need permission to enter the temple, but I expect it won't be a problem for the third promise. Judging by the fact that we're not inside yet, I'm getting the feeling it will be a problem. Who are you? What business have you at Kari Orzar the Gracious? Let's see if I can convince the guards that it is through. I am Muklamot, third promise of Tuliolal, and I seek your lictor for the right of succession. May I speak with Gerfurler? The High Luminary has granted admittance to the claimants. You may enter. Huh, that was easier than expected. In we go then. Yeah, that's my reaction too. Gods, is that... Aye. Villa Gramonda. Interesting. So I'm gonna have to take a wild guess and say that that's the trial boss for this section. Also, I see why it's called the Feet of Ice now. Welcome. Hi, Luminary Gerfurler. I'll need to hear how they end up pronouncing that, because I guarantee that's not how you say it. He is not here at present. I am Luminary Zumurwur. This is the Sky Ruin, Veligramanda? Manda? It is. The Troll Vidral, whose name has evoked terror since time immemorial. Even my people, once conquerors of all beneath the sun, were as brittle leaves before Valamagranda's tremendous power. Tempestuous. Like a tempest, probably. When the Sky Ruin descended upon Urugopacha 8 decades ago, the casualties were staggering. Had Ghoul Jaja and his companions not intervened, we would have been slaughtered at the last. Slaughtered to the last. Their titanic battle with Valingarmonda raged for 10 days and 10 nights. As their foe fought on, tireless and relentless, our heroes were pushed beyond the limits of their endurance. Thus did the Head of Reason concoct a desperate plan. Gulol Jaja tricked the Sky Ruin into losing control of its own ice magic, causing the unwitting Troll Vidral to encase itself in frozen ether. And it's been like that ever since. Nice work, Papa. But what happens if the ice never melts? Ever melts? That same question looms large in our minds. For the magics sustaining this prison grow weaker with each passing year. Bella Garmonda commands powers of fire and lightning and ice. Some believe that the violence of the recent storm was the result of those energies slipping free. That raging tempest from Valley Garmonda? Setting future worries aside, you are come to attempt the feat of proof, yes? The High Luminary, chosen elector of the Dawn Servant, has left me with instructions for all aspiring claimants. You are to scour our forbidding mountains and find the waiting Gerfurler That is to be your challenge. Interesting. I was wondering why he wasn't here. I thought if it was going to be some, like, big thing, but no, apparently that's just plain the challenge. Ah, so the search itself is the feat. You've already spoken with my brothers, I take it? I have. Their expeditions are underway. Then we'd better pick up the pace. Aye, but we'll need a direction to search in first. Let's see what hints we can gather from the villagers. Alright, sounds like a good idea. You know, ask the locals, like usual. Oh yeah, we're definitely fighting this thing. As large as the Yokoi are, digging blindly for one in the expanse of these mountains would be an exercise in futility. We need more information. I know, that's what you said before, Alpha Node. I've encountered many extraordinary creatures in Eorzea and elsewhere, but long has it been since I felt an overwhelming presence, like 1,000 dagger points pricking my skin. Aaronville, that sounds like you're just a weakling. Grawl withdrawals sound an awful lot like the auspices of the Far East. Are they the same thing under a different name, do you think? So they're all primals? I sensed the recent expulsion of a great deal of ether from Valigormanda's prison. The ice will hold for but a few years more, I fear. Carl, you probably shouldn't be going and saying that, like, you know, in the middle of the village. That's a really good way to start a big panic. Gods, Valigormanda, oh, come on. Oh, my game crashed. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Let's get back in. Okay. Where we left off? Gods, Veligomanda is enormous. I know Papa had friends with him, but it's incredible he could hold his own against that thing. Should its prison ever fail, though, we can't expect the old guard to come running. It'll be up to us to save the day. Well, I guess we're screwed. Or at least if Vokalmont's the one in charge. Of course, if we're here, then we'll be fine. If we want to pass this feat, it looks like we've got more climbing ahead of us. Yeah, everybody's probably saying the same thing. I've kind of got, yeah. Okay, Alpha Node, let's do the next one. The Feat of Proof. Alpha Node would share his strategy for information gathering. As we've just been informed, the Feat of Proof requires us to seek the High Luminary Gerfurler, somewhere upon these mountains. However, if earlier feats are any indication, we must assume the challenge precludes the Yokoi from answering our questions in a straightforward manner. Thus, I would ask that you pay close attention while attempting to divine Gerfurler's whereabouts. Well, guess Wokalabot won't be helping us. Though the giants may not give us a precise location, there may be clues hidden within their words. That's just my theory anyway. Let us see what we can discover. Alright, also I remembered that I'm supposed to be looking for aether currents. Looks like the next one's actually southwest. Which is like probably over here somewhere, so I'll leave the flag there. And then let's go ahead and talk to this person over here. Your Gerwar. The High Luminary? No, I've not seen him today. Now let me ask you a question. The Zebral who came out of the temple earlier, was that really the third promise? She seems rather unimposing. How is she meant to succeed the mighty Gulul Jaja? I don't know. She keeps saying she's going to, but I don't know how she's going to. Oh, let's talk to Kryl over here. And I see Alphinaud down there as well. From what I've seen of them so far, the Yokoi seem a gentle and reserved people. Well, that's probably a good thing. Let's see. Is there anyone I can see around here? I think that's Alizé over there. And Wokulamont. Let's talk to both of them as well. The Yokoi are bigger than I imagined. Side by side, they can make even a Hanu look small. I still don't think they're that tall. I guess like standing, my character at the top of the ears is supposed to be about 7 feet tall. So I guess they are like 9-10 feet tall, something like that. Like that is pretty big. That's like Whitebeard big. I know he's like 13 feet tall or something. This wall is covered in Yokoi writing. I wonder what it says. And then the only person we haven't like aren't. I don't know where he is Aaronville, but I'm sure we'll find him while I'm looking around here. Alright, Zebra Lore. What have you got to say? Atuliolan? No, you are from farther away than that, I think. As for the High Luminary, I can only guess where he might be. He is a wanderer of the Sky Ruin, but also keeper of the sepulchres. I think it's sepulchre. Whatever. And his duties often take him outside the village. Alright. Are we supposed to interpret the Sky Ruin? Oh, there's Aaronville. As Alphinaud said to like look out for exactly what they're saying, and he mentioned 2 different places there. They grow corn here too. It's a common crop wherever you go, including the North Zuktral. Alright, let's go ahead and find Alphinaud again, and then talk to the last person. I believe Alphinaud was up here. Unless he's up on the next level, but I think that was... Yeah, that was Kryl, so Alphinaud's down here somewhere. There he is. When you've finished asking around, we can meet back where we started. Okay. Let's talk to this last person over here. Zerfurlar. Asking about the High Luminary as well, are you? I know not where to find him, but I do hope you have an opportunity to speak together. He's a great man, with a deep reverence for our traditions. These glyphs we carve are for one. He affords them as much value as any treasures we possess. They are records of lives lived, your arrival too. I will etch into stone that the story of our meeting may endure for untold turnings of the sun. It's not that important, bro. You don't need to record that. If you are curious about our ways, then I bid you visit Proof, to the northwest here. It is one of our grave sites. Well, I guess that's another place we can go check out. Let's meet back with everyone and share what we found. So we got like 3 different locations to potentially check out. One of them was the Proof, and the Sky Ruin, and then another place that I forgot. I'm sure our character will somehow have a perfect memory, and then we'll not have to worry about it. That mountain is huge. First things first. Was anybody able to coax forth the definite location for the High Luminary? I doubt it. As expected. What then of clues or other hints that might point us in the right direction? Well, I got 3 different locations we could try. I heard that in addition to his usual duties, Grofurlur is also charged with keeping the graves. Hey, you know, somebody else mentioned the gravesite. Maybe we should check that place out. As did I. The Okoi's sepulchres appear to hold a special significance in their culture. And if it's about learning more about their culture, then that's definitely a place we should check out. But would it be appropriate for outsiders to enter into their burial grounds? Well, why don't we just ask? Proof, you say? And he encouraged you to visit this place yourself? Yes, he did. Let's go and take a look. Even if we don't find Grofurlur there, it will give us a chance to learn more about the Okoi. Yeah, we actually need to learn about them for like the City of Gold stuff too, right? The gravesite is somewhere northwest of here. Well, we can leave from that side of the village for a start, shall we? Alright then, let's head on out. Yeah, that gravesite seems to be our best bet. Even if we don't end up finding him there, we'll be able to hopefully find... Man, that's a view. Unfortunately, it's all foggy. Well, at least maybe be able to learn a bit more about their culture. The others have gone ahead to proof. Following the trail west. There are sharp drops everywhere, so we're all moving at our own pace. Some of us are not built for craggy terrain. I thought to get my bearings from up here first, so I don't stumble off a cliff. Why don't you try to catch up to Aaronville? He should be able to point you in the right direction. Is that proof? Way over there. Let's see, where's it taking me? I mean, is it marked on the map? Yeah, it's all the way over there. So we're not gonna be getting this, probably getting this one. Laro? Okay. And Solus. Interesting. Oh. Let's head on down the craggy path. Make sure to check the Aether Compass every once in a while. Okay, there's one to the north. And judging by how open this is, I'll probably want to try and grab it before we actually get to proof. Is it going to be up on the cliff, or is it going to be a lot easier to see than that? First, let's talk to Alize. It's not quite mountain climbing, but these steep slopes are exhausting enough. Alize, maybe you just need to, like, train some more. Northeast. Okay, it should be, like, right over here. Where is it? I said 93 yalms. It's not gonna be that hard to find. Southeast. Okay, I need to... Is it like up top here? Or is it right around this corner? It's gotta be up on top here, doesn't it? North. Okay, it's supposedly like right... It's probably right up there. Let me run around a little more and see if I can actually get up there. Yeah, I think the minimap looks like this is the right direction. Oh, I'm still zoomed in. I hate that. I was doing so well, too. Oh, those guys look, hot. Okay, I'm guessing it's gonna be, like, right on the edge here or something. Okay, where is it? Oh, there it is. I thought so. Okay, where's the next one? North, even more north? Is that one that's in this area that I missed, or is there actually one over there? I'm gonna pull up the Aether Current map for this place. Even though I try to just do it with the compass, but if there's one there, then I'm gonna want to get it like right away. Or at least I want to know if it's in... Okay, so there is one up there. Okay, there is one right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. I wanted to see if it was actually on this side or if it was on the north side and we had just missed it. It looks like it's probably gonna be on the other side of this little building here. Little building. It's not really that little. Also, this probably has an invisible wall, but I'm not exactly gonna test that right now. Make sure I don't slip off if there isn't one. It says that there should be an Aether Current over here. And there is. Sir. Your motorcycle is, flying. Alright, west 576 is going to be a bit too far. So let's just go ahead and actually do the objective. Yeah, it's going to be like all the way over here. Actually, see where it is on the map. Pretty close. I almost avoided him. All my hours of Eureka gone to waste. Why is there a giant crater here? So let's go and talk to Alpha Node first. These have the look of homes rather than graves. What would seem long years have passed since anyone living resided here. Oh, right, is this proof? Oh, no, that's the Shades of Grief. Oh, no, proof, it's actually in proof, isn't it? Yeah, the next one's actually, like, in proof, and apparently there's one way south that we saw before. We'll deal with that later once we get there. Take a look at this crater. There is no wood, no trees, not even dried grass, and yet the ground still burns. This must be one of the scars left of Valigramonda's rampage, as told by the saga. The Sky Ruin's fires are described as eternal, flames that can be quenched by neither storm nor time. Sounds a bit like Suzaku. No, she's the Phoenix. Anyway. I know that they made, I'm drawing that conclusion because they mentioned that they're like the auspices. But let's just continue. And here I thought it literally embellishment. Not literally, literary. And here I thought it a literary embellishment. Ah, but now I've lost sight of Woklamot. Well, that's not good. Might get kidnapped again. Proof is northwest along the main road. So hopefully she's still headed the right way. Yeah, I kind of doubt that, unfortunately. Anyway, let's see if we can try and catch up to her. Assuming we can get to her. Yeah, so I believe the next Aether card is actually up right by this quest marker, so I'll make sure to grab it. And then let's actually take a look and see... No, not mount speed. Aether currents. Yeah, so there's... I know that there's 2 in this area. And then... I know that there's 3 more in this area. Which means... Did we miss one? Yeah, so it means that we just missed 1 in the lower region. So unfortunately, we'll need to go ahead and pick that up on some other time. Also, I see the Aether current there. Wow, my marker was actually pretty close. Alright, then let's head on to up top. Talk to Woklamot. I assume that's who we're talking to. Oh, yep, there she is. And a patient gravekeeper. Thankfully, we found a patient one. We're gonna need it. Ah, you've come. Wooklamont wins again. Right, Wooklamont. I definitely wasn't worried that you were getting it kidnapped again. Looks like everyone is here now, so... Greetings, friend. Are you go further? No, I am not. The High Luminary did, however, task me with providing a lesson on sepulchres to those who came in search of him. Well, crud. Oh, so we were meant to find our way here after all. Are you to tell us who is buried here? No one is buried here in the sense you mean. When a body has served its purpose, we consign it to the flames, then scatter its ashes across the peaks. Moreover, we do not conceive of death as others do. For us, a person does not die when their heart ceases to beat, but only when they no longer born in the hearts of all who know them. This is why we build our sepulchres before age or mishaps claim us, that we might etch ourselves into the living chronicle for all eternity. Their writing and rune stuff seems to be a very integral part to their culture. This grave belongs to a good friend. His mortal vessel ended his journey some years ago, but he lives within me, even now. Up there stands my own sepulchre. As long as it exists, so too will I. I will endure in the hearts of those who read my grave's glyphs, in the same manner my friend does in mine. Has it always been thus for your people? This conception of existence and death? Continue along the path to the indelible passage. Behold the history upon its walls, and you may find the answers to your questions. Then that's what we'll do. Your traditions are fascinating, and I'd love to know more. Is that why you turned away from him when you said that? I thank you for allowing me to share them, for in doing so, I will remain in your hearts also. Go now to the indelible passage. In its murals is the history of my people laid bare. Alright, let's head on over to the indelible. I know I read it like that, but I don't know if that's actually how you say it. Well, let's head on over there and see if we can learn more about the Yokoi people. I believe there's an aether current like way over here, and then there's one way down here. Yeah, northeast. Apparently it's up here. Or is that the one that we missed last time? Probably the one that we missed last time. Sir, I'm busy. But we'll see. Yep, the indelible passage, and there's everyone. Ooh, man, that's all grassy and green. I get the feeling they were expecting us. Of course they were. Look at these splendid murals. They appear to depict 4 different scenes. Oh, I'm sure they're going to tell us all about them. To not only be remembered, but to live inside the hearts of others. If it's possible... Oh, I'm still zoomed in. I really got to get better at that. If it's possible, then grandfather surely lives on inside mine. It's a comforting thought. I've never spoken with the Yokoi before, and had no idea they held such a philosophy on life and death. That's why we're here, right? I've been waiting for you. Hello, A fellow we met at Proof suggested that we come here. Yes, the High Luminary commanded that I watch for your arrival. As the chroniclers of our people, it has ever been my family's duty to pass on the teachings of the murals from generation to generation. So I guess he's going to tell us all about them now. Are we going to see Hydaelyn in here? Hydaelyn and Zodiark fighting? They really are magnificent. And together they tell the tale of your people's history. They are the events which shaped us. I would share them when you I would share them with you ere you continue on your way. Please, we would love to hear all about it. Then I will begin. I can imagine the second promise just not caring about any of this, and then Urianger geeking out about everything. This first mural depicts a time more than 1100 years ago, an age of great prosperity for the Yokoi. Blessed with size and strength unmatched by our other peoples, our ancestors marched forth and brought much of Yoktrol under their dominion. Then, when all before them had been conquered, they turned their gaze northwards, seeking to expand their territory and power. Here we see the expedition of Zaktrol. Unable to cross the strait by ship, our forefathers set to building a bridge to the northern lands, a grand labor which consumed the greater part of a century. Zorgor the Boundless. We still make use of that bridge in Tuliolol for travel. Oh wait, this is Wickelmod. That makes more sense. Zorgor the Boundless. We still make use of that bridge in Tuliolol for travel. I can't imagine the patience and dedication it took to complete a work at that scale. But I've never heard of any Yokoi living in Zoktral. What happened to the ones who went north? They got wrecked, probably. Look upon this next mural, and behold the answer. The scene suggests that many giants perished all at once. What manner of enemy could have repelled their invasion? A foe unnamed and unseen. When the expedition pushed forth into Zaktrol, those thousand years ago, its soldiers were felled by disease. Ah, yes. The classic. Can't fight him with brawn? Throw a disease in. I mean, what? Some terrible illness? No virulent plague or newly arisen blight. For the local Tonwata and Tetona, it was but a mild affliction of the sort, and comes with the turning of the seasons. So they died of the flu. Okay. What manifested for them as slight fevers and coughs, however, proved deadly to our people. There's a story I read recently that had something like this. Oh, it was in the Martian Chronicles, where the sicknesses that they brought to Mars ended up being completely deadly to the Martians. And I mean, that's just kind of like how history is, like when people came from Europe to North America, and then they brought all their sicknesses and stuff and got a bunch of the natives killed. You know, the usual. Except in this time, it's the people coming in that are getting sick. I guess that's actually the opposite of both of those cases I just gave. Anyway. Out of every 10 Yokoi who joined the Northern Campaign, 9 succumbed to the infection. Those who survived continued to suffer, finding it difficult to sire offspring. Ah, okay. I've heard this tale before. Lacking in inherited resistance. Yeah, that's right. Lacking in inherited resistance, visitors to the distant land can fall deadly ill to diseases a local might shrug off. Or the opposite. These events might have given rise to the practice of cremation, rather than burial or mortal remains. Rather than burial of mortal remains. This final mural depicts the return of our grieving brethren to Urgopacha. The reason they first left, why they had fought so long and pushed so far, was to ensure peace for our homeland. This undertaking began in ancient times, when our forebears learned they shared the continent with peoples unlike to us in appearance or custom. They feared invasion was inevitable. Rather than meekly await their fate, they decided to strike the first blow. Yet as they fought on, the old idea of peace drifted further and further away. Only after the disease in Dawntrail and their withdrawal to the mountains did they come to understand. The peace we envisioned had been ours for the taking all along. It was here, in the place which birthed us. Here, in the stones upon which we record our days. Here, in this tranquil life we had traded for conquest and conflict. When you do nothing but fight, it can blind you to what's right before your eyes. Yes, Mr. First Promise, maybe you should listen to this story. And so, we return to the present. I trust you found this brief history of our people enlightening. Yes, it did. Unfortunately, the one who really needs to hear this is the First Promise. I'm always glad to learn more about my fellow trolley. How you've lived until now, and how you wish to live from now on. Then I believe you are ready to proceed. The High Luminary bids you meet him upon the summit of Kor Zamor. You mean the really tall mountain? I had a feeling we'd end up scaling that big old mountain. Well, it's a feast worthy of the name. Follow the trails south of here to begin your ascent. But be wary. Beyond the entryway, the mountainside is home to ferocious beasts, both mundane and otherwise, and that's going to end up being the dungeon. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you for your warning and the lesson. Finally, we know where we are going, to the top of Kor Zamor. Got any more to say? Your genuine interest in this history is refreshing. I'm going to take a wild guess and say all three of the other claimants just brushed it all off. That would not surprise me at all. Okay, so I believe the closest Aether Current is actually to the west. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll get there eventually. Instead, let's head on down over here. And probably finish up this quest, and then it'll unlock the dungeon. Because the next quest is the dungeon quest. In that case, are we actually going to finish Urgopacha? Because doesn't that end up just leading to the next zone? Or, I guess not, since there's no more zone exits over here. Oops. I hope that I don't have to run all the way around. Yeah, I think I have to run all the way around. Oops. Yeah, the only zone exits is Tuliolol there, and then, what's the place? Zomuuka. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. If I'd known we'd be climbing Kor Zamor, I might not have raced up and down all those trails. My feet are killing me. I mean, well, come on, you kind of did that to yourself. This thin mountain air is going to be the death of me. Alize, maybe you should be training more. Because I know you definitely don't train enough. But how long have you been standing there? I was just taking in the scenery, is all. Right, Alize. Right. Come on, we don't want to fall too far behind Alphanode and the others. Right, Alize, sure. Okay, there's the end of the quest. And then the next quest is the dungeon quest, I believe. And then that's what I wanted to get through this time. So once we're done with that dungeon, we'll probably wrap it up there. First, we gotta talk to everyone and finish up this part. I hope we come across Buckle Jaja on our way to the summit. We still owe him for the troubles he caused us in Kazuma Uka. Somehow I get the feeling we won't. Or maybe we will, and although it'll just be like a small thing in the dungeon. The true size of a mountain is never more apparent than when you're standing right at its foot. Except that I can't see it. Man, we've had terrible weather today in this game. In-game weather. I cast a rejuvenating spell on Wokalamont. Even our indomitable third promise is feeling the strain of these slopes, oh yeah. I fear I won't be of much use as a guide. I fear I won't be of much use to you as a guide past this point. Even in Tuliolol, there is precious little written about the sacred peak of Wokor Zamor. Beyond whimsical poetry, that is, of course. You remember how the chronicler was saying that the more they fought, the further away they moved from their idea of peace? It occurs to me that Zeral Jah is attempting the feat of proof. Then he will have to head to the same lesson. Then he will have to heard the same lesson. That's what I was thinking. I can only hope that it's made him reconsider his stance on educating people through war. Yeah, no, he's too hard-headed to really understand that. Alright. Let's see, this next quest is the High Luminary. Oh, judging by the fact that we see the mountain, it's probably the dungeon quest. Yep, it sure is. Go ahead and pick it up as Samurai. Let me actually read it. The High Luminary. Wokalamont gazes up at the summit of Wokor Zamor. There's a big old dangle thing, said Boomhauer.
Gods, that is one tall mountain. And we're supposed to climb it?
I say, that's what I said, Wokalamont. Do not expect to walk here unchallenged. Tell me, stunted ones, did those short legs bring you all the way from Tuliolol? Ah, yes, I figured there'd be a faction like this in other people. Just like the two-headed people in that other one.
He's speaking the old Yokhui tongue. The words are difficult to catch.
Though your words are crude and cumbersome, I use them for your benefit.
I can tell these people are gonna be a lot of fun.
You are a claimant in this right of succession.
That's right.
Then, if you die, Tuliolol loses a potential ruler.
That's a dark thing to say, friend. I get the feeling you don't share the opinions of the other Yokhui we've met.
We do not grovel before Gulul Jaja like those shameless lapdogs.
Okay, so this is the faction that still wanted to fight.
My brethren and I are conquerors, and we will restore our people to their rightful place as Tural's overlords.
The giants have their own factions too, it seems.
What made you think that, Alphinaud?
You think your kin weak for showing deference to my father, but they do not follow the man. It is his peace they respect, a peace they always wanted, which they realized could be had right here.
Justifications of the craven. They turn their gaze from our ancestors, from the dream we kept alive for 1,000 years and more. They are unworthy of bearing our legacy. I will reclaim the glory of our people. And our ascension begins with the death of the third promise.
Did they do this with the other three promise, or the other three candidates too? Or are they only purposely
Stop.
choosing this
I
one?
don't want to fight you.
Men die on your knees.
Who dis?
Opportunistic vermin seek to feast on us, do you?
Sir, how do you see straight in front of you?
Down here, your neck will be the first I snap this day.
Look at Lamont.
That's right.
Now watch, he's gonna try and slash her or something.
Why do you help us?
Because she's a dum-dum.
I didn't put much thought into it. My legs were moving before I knew what was happening. I suppose I feared you'd die before we had the chance to get to know each other. Before I could learn more about you.
Look, Lamont, please. He just said he was gonna kill you.
And
Oh, that's simple. If we're to share the land, it's the best way for us to become friends. How is he?
He'll live. Not quite ready to walk under his own strength, however.
If you could stay and tend to him, the rest of us will continue on to Wokor Zormor.
Understood. Be careful up there.
this changes nothing. We will not forsake our conquest.
Right, if you stand right in front of him, he can't see you.
As you like. You want to kill me, you're welcome to try. But right now, you might want to worry about your comrade.
On a mountain of that size, there are bound to be creatures even I've never heard of. I'll trust you to lead the way.
Are you sure she's the one that should be leading?
Then we climb. Grifurlor is waiting.
Dungeon unlocked? Yep. Record Zamor, now accessible. It seems like a good opportunity to take a quick break, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a quick break before we go ahead and do the dungeon. And of course, I'm gonna do it as warrior because easy mode. Anyway, time to get up, stretch your legs, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's get back to it. Go ahead and let's go and talk to Alphanode and Vorporlor. I will attend to this one's wounds. Go on ahead and with the others. Who the heck is going to heal this? Kryl? Not Aaronville, that's for sure. I set out to kill Tuliol's favorite daughter this day. To be aided by her instead was unexpected. I will not harm you or yours until the debt is repaid. You gonna heal Aaronville? As I've said before, I am no fighter. I'll follow from a distance and keep well out of your way. Alright then, who the heck is gonna heal this? Not small talk. That's not a healing class. Excuse me, Square Enix? How is Red Mage a healing class? I mean, she knows how to heal. But so does Kryl. And I know you wanted Pictomancer to be featured and stuff, but like, come on. This is slightly contrived. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started with the Record some more. Let's go. Climbing up the mountains. Oh, so this is way more crystals. Are those crystals? Maybe they're more like tentacles or coral? That's a weird looking parrot. But on my tank stance, actually remember food for once in my life, and let's go. Little parakeet, or big parakeet, I guess. See if I can double pull this. I'm sure Alize, the Red Mage healer, will do a great job at this. Oh wait, there's only like one of them that's using a physical ability. Guess there's no real point in using arm's length if only one of them is gonna get slowed. She's healing better than Alphanode does. Either that or I'm just not taking much damage. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I honestly feel like she's healing better than Alpha does sometimes. It's pretty funny. After I went and dissed her being a red mage healer. Hey, what do you mean I'm supposed to dodge the big circles of death? I'm a warrior, I'll just out-heal it.
I have you now.
Try to stack them a little better, although it's not like any of them are can actually do any AoEs, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's why these are always so slow, just because the NPCs can't use AoE, which I understand why they did that. It's just a little annoying. Oh, the amount of time I'd have to wait in queue would end up making it that this is only slightly slower when you compare the two. Compare doing NPCs. What the heck is that? Is that a Pokemon or something? Looks like some kind of Pokemon. Must be 7th gen. He's even using a Pokemon name, Fluffle. Oh, that's how it works. Okay. And then I'll have to do, yeah, then I'll have to move over into the second one. Oops. Oh, he's gonna delay it. That's interesting. Let's see, is he gonna freeze them again this time, or? Yes, he is. Okay. Let's move into the other one. And then move back. No scoop. Is it 8? Are we getting some ice cream? Oh, nope, we're just getting a bunch of big balls. Oh, but now we get to do both of them at the same time. Okay, so this was the first, so this zone should be... Yeah, if he's gonna freeze it, then... No, this one's safe. Okay, and then it's a lot more obvious about which one's safe on this one. Ooh, that was tricky. But that's actually pretty interesting. I'm getting some more ice cream. Nope, just some more snowballs. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by that one.
Now I'll show you.
Oh good, Alize's not gonna steal LB. But she's a healer, so she can't steal it this time. That's some healer clothes. I think I might keep those. They're all tagging this one, so I need to make sure to grab it. And now we got some more of those bloodsuckers. I don't really feel like dodging.
I'll handle the healing.
I mean, Alice is actually doing a good job healing.
I'll handle the healing.
I think I actually will dodge this because I was getting a little bit scary with that knockback.
I'll handle the healing. I'll handle the healing.
There we go. Looks like we're going up. I guess if we were just gonna get thrown, if we're gonna be like, oh, there's their old jaw. Where's Slap? I was gonna try and slap him, but where's Slap? I gotta make sure to be ready for next time. Do I not have a Slap on here? I'm sure I do. I don't think I do. Okay. That's a little surprising. Oh, there's another treasure coffer. Oh, come on. There we go. Aiming, I don't have any range classes. Another treasure coffer. I was wondering if we had missed any, but... Okay, casting, yeah, you know, because I'm a warrior. Because I cast lots of spells. Hello there. Go and grab these guys. Just double pull everything, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Handle the healing.
No, actually, Alize, unfortunately, you're a healer, so we can't really. You can't really LB do a DPS or a magical LB, magical DPS LB. But you know, Kryl could use an LB right here, and that would be really nice. Unfortunately, she's not Alize, so she's not just gonna steal it immediately.
I'll handle the healing.
Alize is actually like healing me too much. There we go. We'll be getting to the third boss pretty soon. I guess the final boss, right? Ooh, we're above the clouds now. There he is. Oh, I guess that's the second boss, isn't it? No, this is the final. Nope, this is the second boss. Let's get started. There's the LB. Unfortunately, it's a magical DPS LB. So it's not actually, so it's not going to be that near as effective. But I wouldn't expect Book of the Mod to know how to LB. Oh, we got some donuts. Better bring him in. More donuts? Oh man, this is a bit annoying. Well, that's in it. These mechanics have actually been pretty interesting. Oh, I gotta run over here or something.
Try this!
We're slowly being covered in crystal. How nice. Oh, gotta look away.
Try this!
Now I'll show you.
I've got some more pizza slices. I need to stand on it this time for the first part. Then we got some donuts, right? Yeah, we start off with donuts. I guess I'll run next to Cryo. And then we get circles and we need to stand on the opposites. Where? Oh, over there. I guess the very center would have worked too. There we go. Man, these bosses have been great. Some more casting stuff. Is this a hat? Oh, legs. How does that look? It's just a skirt. Okay. Both of those bosses had really interesting mechanics. I got some giant... I was gonna call them chameleons, but apparently they're iguanas. I guess I gotta drop it all on top of the range ads. Forgot about that.
I have you now. Take that!
Sure. With these NPCs, because they can't do AoE, I try to attack the one that has the highest health, so that we can try and get them more evenly killed. It's not efficient at all, but I mean, I'm using NPCs. It's not going to be efficient no matter what I do. Alright, probably got one more double pull, and then we got the final boss. Grab this treasure coffer, see if there's any, if we can actually get some tank gear. That's not tank gear. Oh, level 93 gear. Of course it is. This is level 93 dungeon. Make sure to try and pull the ranged ad a little bit better than I did before. Maybe like try and get some line of sight on him. Maybe try not to get light of sight on Alice. Granite delighted in sight your healer.
I have you now.
Second one, but a little bit better. And full health. That's so goofy. Just pop blood winning, do an AoE attack, and then you're full health. Like, I don't even need to dodge their attacks. Another healer? Jeez, they really want me to give healer gear. Up we go, and this is gonna be the final boss, right? Yep. This is actually gonna be the priest? Not the priest. What do they call him? Yep, I thought it would be him.
I am Gurfulur, Elector of the Dawn Servant. Prepare to be tested.
So is he testing all of us? Every single one of the each one of the I can't remember what they're called now. Each one of the claimants? And how, but if the first promise was ahead of us, then how is he not fighting him first? Whatever. I'm sure that fight isn't over now. Isn't over yet.
Chronicles of Hell. Recount the fury of erupting beaks.
Interesting, okay. So his attacks are based off of the stone chronicles that he's summoning.
Retell the hunger of roiling waters.
Yep, I can arm's length it.
I will take the measure of your resolve. Implacable strength of the mountain, be mine!
Okay, we're supposed to soak at least one of them. Looks like multiple. Looks like he got one of them. But I got 6 of them.
Spirit of my brethren, your thunder roars!
I guess we can't let him get more than a couple of those.
That you should endure my fury.
You now.
Got another stone tablet in the middle this time.
Chronicles of Hell, record the cruelty of merciless storms.
Okay, just twisters. This one isn't as interesting. But there is a fair amount going on.
I'll handle the healing.
Okay, now we got two chronicles. This is gonna be both the water and the other one, and the fire one. I don't remember how they went. Yeah, so we get pushed along, and then the thing explodes at a rate. Oh, that worked. I ended up doing it right. Oh, we got an LB2. You know what, come on, maybe you should try doing a LB. Oh, she's actually doing it. Good job, Book of the Month. You're learning. Or are you learning? Heaving haymaker. I don't like the sound of that. Okay, now we get the wind one again, probably. Let's arm's length this. And we get some twisters, although we'll probably kill them before the twisters end up mattering. Nope, almost. Almost made it before the knockback. And fan brush, because you know I can totally use that. Man, they give me a bunch of healing stuff. Oh, fending, I can actually use that. Okay. Let's I can't fix my glamour. Yeah, how many healing things did they give me? That's casting. That's casting. Yeah, they gave me 3 healing pieces. Oh, I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's get out of here. Oh no, I'm gonna have to be wearing this during the cutscene, aren't I? It's gonna be pretty funny. Thanks for the help, Baronville.
Very good, Claimant. Once more, I name myself Gur Fulur, High Luminary to my people, and chosen Elector of the Dawn Servant.
I'm wearing the stupid skirt.
You are much bigger than the others in the village.
Look, come on, you don't just come out and say those kinds of things to people.
We were once my equal in size, but ever since we were decimated by disease, it is rare to see a child reach our former stature.
Okay, in that case, I see why they were called used to be called giants.
You speak of the contagion which afflicted the Shaktural expedition. The one recorded in your murals.
It is a chapter of our history that is entangled with the legend of the Golden City.
I've heard that legend originated with the Yokhui. Is this true?
With the visions our ancestors had, to be precise. Preceding the campaign into Shaktural, many were visited by dreams of glittering splendor. They described a paradise that knew neither war nor famine, where people lived lives of eternal happiness. A single dreamer might have been dismissed, but when dozens, if not hundreds, spoke the same, the luminaries became convinced it was divine revelation.
That's interesting.
Then the expedition.
Its purpose was to find the City of Gold. Yes, help was marshaled from all the territories under our control.
Are his eyes
Lands were
reflecting the
scoured on
stone?
a massive scale.
Ah, little wonder the legend is so similar across Tural. Those involved with the search would have passed the stories down to their children.
Ah, fancy meeting you guys here. Well, at least it's not the first promise.
Another claimant, I see. I will test your worth, as I have tested those who came before you.
So he's just getting drunk.
Here and now, I think he means.
He'll just run to the side and watch. Well, they do have a tank healer and DPS. That's better than we had. Then again, Alizé did better than Alpha Node.
Well fought, second promise. For you and your sister's success in performing the feat of proof. You both shall be rewarded.
Three to go.
How glorious it would have been to race thee and thine to the summit. Though mayhap not whilst being hounded by Bakul Jaja and his minions.
I guess they got hounded by him when we saw the first promise on the way up.
Again, that swine shows his disdain for the right.
Strangely, despite his eagerness to antagonize us, he withdrew as soon as we fought back in earnest. I cannot fathom what he was trying to achieve.
That's weird.
On a similar note, I'm also curious as to why you chose the peak of Warkor Zormor for the conclusion of this feat.
Good
The
question.
earlier stages saw us learn the history of the Yokui. Does this location also hold some special meaning for your people?
Yes, it is a place of great significance.
All these monuments. Is this a burial ground?
Every high luminary before me is enshrined in this earth.
Oh, okay.
Alongside them are the heroes who bravely stood their ground when Valley Armanda brought ruin to Urkopacha 8 decades past.
That explains why there are so many.
Zorolja, I should have known you'd arrive here first.
And his simp.
Third promise. How relieved I am to find you in good health.
Oh, shut up. Go kiss your boyfriend over there.
Zorolja, you bastard! I should end you here and now!
Remember where you are. You will mind your conduct, or you will leave.
Right. Sorry.
I see no reason to delay further. Show me my father's sepulchre.
Oh, his is gonna be here. Okay, that makes sense.
Papa has a grave?
Well, yeah, we learned that they kind of like don't do graves like other people.
Upon this monument are inscribed the names of those who sealed away the monstrous Valigarbanda, your fathers included.
Gulul Jaja, Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace.
Look at this one. Kettenram, Navigator of Uncharted Oceans.
Kettenrun, the Laminton explorer. Does this mean he joined Gulul Jaja on his travels?
Kafkiwa, Seeker of the Unknown. How strange to see your name here.
Do we know that name?
It was unheard of to build living sepulchres for those who were not Yokwi. But their great deed demanded recognition.
Master of Resolve and Reason, Champion of Peace? Papa really did some amazing things.
He carved his path with martial skill.
Oh, shut up, you.
Yet it was clever thinking which allowed him to trap Valigarmanda within its own ice magics.
Martial skill and clever thinking. I can't compete with Zorolja's mastery of the Head of Resolve's techniques. And when it comes to knowledge, Kona's the one who most takes after the Head of Reason.
Then what do you
Is
do?
there anything that I've gotten from Papa? Something I do better than the others?
Talk to people? A stupid skirt. You have his love for peace. What else defines your father aside from strength and knowledge? And yeah, let's just go with the first one.
Of course. Papa's love for peace, for his people. That is what he's given me. And I'm fighting to preserve the peaceful Tural he built.
Yeah, and you're in direct competition with the first promise right there. Ooh, here comes some fun times.
What in the hells was that?
You must return to Warlar's Echo immediately.
Oh right, he stayed behind.
Valigarmanda has broken free.
Ah, there we go. There's our trial
I
boss.
presume that was about the unholy sound?
Valigarmanda is free.
We need to get back there, now!
I think they'll have enough people to do an 8-person NPC fight. Assuming that they join in. If we get Thancred and Urianger.
How fortuitous. We have been gifted an opportunity to outpace our rivals.
Now, what is he going to do? Obviously, he can go race on ahead, but like, what's the point if everything gets destroyed? Well, I guess let's head on back and wrap this quest up. I know that there's an Aether Current over here. Let me just double check that on the map. Yes, but I don't know if we're ever actually going to go over there. I don't know. Either way, let's go ahead and teleport back, wrap this quest up, and I think that's all. That's going to be all for today. Alright, we're up top here. Talk to Alphanode and wrap this up. Good, you're back. There's much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate, a sudden surge in ether. There were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath, and then lend a hand where you can. Alright, let's go ahead and get this, yeah, let's just get the gil. Probably worth more than it actually costs to buy that stuff. I mean, now, yeah, trust MPs. Alright, let's go ahead and fix my glamour real quick. Here, get out of this annoying, dumb skirt. There it is. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Just lean against the wall here, I guess. There it is. That's gonna be all for today. We got through about half of the quests for this section. And now it seems that the big giant demon is broken free, because of course it has, and we all knew that was gonna happen. So I guess next time we're gonna work on finishing up the second part of Orokopacha and taking down this giant demon that they couldn't defeat in the past, so I don't know how we're supposed to defeat it now. Oh wait, we're the main characters. Of course we'll be fine. But that's what we're going to be doing next time. But until then, goodbye.